be honest. You've optimized your life to the point where you're just too exhausted to actually live it. I see it everywhere. And look, if I'm being real, I've been there too. We've somehow turned productivity into an aesthetic. You've got the Notion boards that look like digital art galleries, the color-coded Google Calendar where every 15-minute block is accounted for, and a morning routine so complex it feels like a second job. On the surface, I mean, it looks like you finally mastered your life. It feels like control. But I want to ask you something. How does it actually feel when the screen goes dark? Because for most of us, the reality behind those polished systems is just a deep, soul-crushing fatigue. We're doing all the right things, yet we're hitting a wall by 2 p.m. We're checking off 50 tasks a day, but ending the night feeling like we've accomplished nothing of substance. This is what I call the optimization trap. It's the belief that if we can just find the perfect workflow or the right biohack, we can finally transcend our human limitations. It's slightly somber, but in our quest to become hyper-efficient, we've accidentally created a system that treats our brains like hardware that never needs to cool down. I'm going to let you in on a secret that most productivity gurus won't tell you. I mean, there's something called the efficiency paradox. It's the reason why that new time-saving app you just downloaded is actually a cognitive tax you can't afford to pay. We think we're buying back our time, but we're actually draining our mental currency. In this video, I'm going to show you why your most productive habits are the very things stealing your energy, and how we can stop being the architects of our own burnout. We're going to look at the psychological cost of being always on, and how to actually get your life back without the color-coded spreadsheets. Ever wonder why we actually do this? I mean, why do we feel this relentless internal pressure to always be, doing something? See, it's because from a very young age, we've been psychologically conditioned to equate activity with achievement.
I want you to be really honest with yourself for a second. I mean, really honest. Are you actually working? Or are you just performing the role of a productive person, simply to prove to yourself that you aren't lazy? We've turned our 5 a.m. morning routines and our color-coded calendars into a ritual. I mean, they look great, and they make us feel like we have our lives together, but they're often just a sophisticated form of procrastination. We're so busy building the perfect system that we've forgotten what the system was supposed to achieve in the first place. This performance, this is why you're exhausted. It takes a massive amount of cognitive energy to maintain the image of being busy, while your actual goals sit gathering dust. But that's not even the most exhausting part. Because, see, there's a specific psychological trap hidden inside the way we rest that is actually doubling your fatigue without you even realizing it. We need to talk about the efficiency. But that's not even the craziest part. There's a specific psychological phenomenon that happens when we finally do stop. A phenomenon that makes our brain feel like it's actually under attack the moment we try to relax. It's a mechanism that turns your me time into a source of even more stress. So, if your brain treats relaxation like a threat, which, let's be honest, it usually does, how do we actually fix the system? Consider this your syllabus for a better life. I call it the High Performance Protocol. First, I want you to run what I call a meta-work audit. I mean, we all love our aesthetic planners and complex Notion databases, right? They make us feel like we've got our lives together. But here's the rule. If a tool or a productivity habit takes you more than 10 minutes of setup time every single day, it's not a benefit. It's a tax. And I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in paying extra taxes on my time. If you're spending 30 minutes organizing your to-do list just to feel ready to work, you're not being productive. You're just procrastinating in a fancy suit. Cut the friction. Your system should serve you. You shouldn't be a slave to your system. Next, we're implementing something that might sound counterintuitive to your inner overachiever. Strategic inefficiency. I need you to schedule 30 minutes of analog white space every day. That means no screens, no podcasts, and absolutely no goals. You're not meditating to achieve enlightenment.
I want you to sit with this for a second. Your value is not tied to your output. Firmly. You are not a machine, and your worth isn't calculated by a spreadsheet. But, here's the paradox. Your output is absolutely tied to your well-being. Analytically, you can't drive a car on an empty tank and expect it to reach the destination just because you're staring at the map really hard, right? True high performance, it's about respecting your humanity, not trying to overcome it. We need to stop glorifying the grind and start protecting the peace. Because at the end of the day, a life that looks successful on paper but feels like a prison on the inside, that isn't a life well lived. It's just well-managed burnout. So I have a challenge for you today. Look back at those productive habits we've been deconstructing, the ones that are secretly draining your soul. Which one are you deleting from your schedule today? I want to know. So tell me in the comments. Let's start a conversation about what it really looks like to thrive without losing ourselves in the process. And if you're looking for a community where depth is valued over busyness, and where we prioritize high-performance insights that actually respect your sanity, well, I'd love for you to join us. Subscribe to Power of Mindset. Let's keep building a life that feels as good on the inside as it looks on the outside. I'll see you in the next one.